Yo, what up, gay boys? It's Instant here again, and as you can see by the title of the video, what guns are good for what maps in Modern Warfare 2. And I'm gonna go through all these maps and try to go do a fast rundown of all these maps and give you a quick idea. So, first off, the Afghan. It's a pretty big map. I suggest sticking to not submachine guns, assault rifles and sniper rifles. And you can, for me personally, I like to use FAMAS and M16 on this map. It's a really good gun because it has a lot of range and it's quite powerful. And I also use the intervention. Next map is Derail, which of course is a huge map. So you can run around and rush with a submachine gun, or you can use an assault rifle, which I like to use personally as assault rifles and snipers. Heavy machine guns don't work out too well on this map, but for, just like I said earlier, submachine guns, you might want to put marathon on, and you might want to stick to the outskirts of the map. Next map is Estate, a fairly small map. For the most part, it's quite close quarters because most of the time, there's no real battle or a lot of gunfights on the roadway in the middle of the map, as you can see by the little truck right there. Most of the gunfights are either up at the A house, or down at the C house, or down at B flag, or yeah, down at B flag, and up by the bomb at B, I believe that is. So all the domination points are pretty much big targeted areas on this map. So stick to either a submachine gun, or if you want to, you can maybe use an assault rifle, depending what you use. For the most part, I would suggest using full auto weapons because not submachine guns, but burst weapons for the most part do not work out too well on small maps. Next up is Favela. A lot of rooftop, as you of course all know. What's weird about this map is there's a lot of gunfights on the ground level and on the roof level, and not too much in the buildings, but you know, once in a while you find an enemy in a building or two. So for me personally, I like to use some machine guns, UMP, Vector, and then if I'm sticking to the roofs a lot, which if I'm going for like a nuke or something like that, I'll stick to the roofs because I don't like ever being below the enemy. I always like to be above the enemy. So I'll maybe use an M16 or FAMAS, or pretty much any assault rifle for the most part if you're going to stick to the roofs. Next map is Highrise, pretty much my favorite map. Great sniping map. The reason why is because you can see from each side of the map pretty good. You have a pretty good vision. But there is an underground to it, which for me personally, when I play game battles, I played on this map 2 times I think for game battles, and I used a UMP or a P90, and it works really well for search also, rushing out and going underground and stuff with the submachine gun. But for the most part, you don't want to go up by that helicopter because you're just asking to get killed. But anyways, submachine guns really work well on this map, and assault rifles are pretty good, but I wouldn't really suggest them. And sniper rifles if you're feeling like an MLG pro. Next is Invasion. Let me see how many times. I have 3 minutes, so I have to kind of boot through here. Invasion. I really would just suggest assault rifles or maybe even heavy machine guns, just because it's kind of close quarter map, but it isn't too much of a close quarter map. So you can also use your you can really spray with your light machine guns on this map. Crotchy, for the most part, kind of, I would say close quarters. There's not too much long range shooting other than that street on the other side of this picture. So for the most part, you know, you can stick with your shotguns, submachine guns. You know, I've used an M4 here and there. So for the most part, I would suggest using with your I would stick with your UMP, Vector, and P90 and stuff like that. Next map is Quarry. It's actually quite a big map. It says medium size, but I would actually I would almost state it as kind of a large map, just because you can see across the whole map. I mean, right here, I mean, from each of the spawns in Search and Destroy, if you're up above, you can see all the way to the red barrels, and you can see all the way to the cross bridge over there. So sniper rifles are very good on this map. Submachine guns if you're rushing, and assault rifles like the M4 or maybe the M16 FAMAS, you know, those powerful weapons, maybe even the ACR. Rundown, big map, a lot of buildings, watching each one of those bridges, so snipers, even thermal's really good, and assault rifles. Rust, small map. I never even played this map in a real game or game battles game, but I would think submachine guns. That's pretty obvious. Whatever submachine gun you're comfortable with. Scrapyard, small map. I've used assault rifles on here many times before, so personally I would say either assault rifles or submachine guns, and maybe even LMG if you want to, because you can spray and it's kind of close quarters. Skid Row. Personally, I like to snipe on Skid Row because if you're sitting at the staircase, you can see all the way down that huge walkway, or you can see throughout the whole building, so you can get like triples, or I mean, you don't even need to get triples. Maybe if you have a Barrett 50 with a thermal and you throw a smoke down, no one can see you and you can really own people. But you can use any gun on this map. Any gun in the game you can use, because if you're sitting at the staircase you can use an LMG. If you're rushing, you can use a submachine gun. If you're using a shotgun, you can do beast. Sniper, you can do beast. Anything. Skid Row is my most favorite map in the game for that exact reason. Subbase. I really hate Subbase, but I mean, you could stick to shotguns and submachine guns, and if you're sticking in some of those buildings, and if you're up on the roofs of the tunnels and stuff, you can use assault rifles, but I like to use shotguns and submachine guns on here. Terminal, my second most favorite map in the game, and the reason why, once again, is it's like Skid Row. You can use any gun in the game on this map. I could do good with any gun in the game on this map, so that's why I really just like this map, and of course Skid Row also. Underpass, it's a very good map. It's very balanced for both sides and for search and destroy and stuff, but personally I would use either a submachine gun or a assault rifle, maybe a sniper if you're feeling like you're an optic, but other than that, submachine gun or assault rifle is pretty much your best bet. Wasteland, thermal sniper, and you'll do well and you'll piss people off, or you can use Women Army noob tubes. And these I'm not gonna really go through, especially these, because I haven't even played these that much. But I would stick to assault rifles and submachine guns on this map. Submachine guns, assault rifles and snipers, LMGs, submachine guns, and assault rifles. You can pretty much use any gun on this map. And I said I was not going to do it, but I have some time, so for this map I would suggest using assault rifles and probably submachine guns. Assault rifles and snipers. I'd like to snipe on this map, so snipers and probably submachine guns, or even assault rifles. Submachine guns and shotguns, and one-man army, and danger close, and RPGs, because that's what always happens to me. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you rate, like, favorite, and comment on what you think. Thank you guys. It's Ron Sink, and I'm signing out. Shaggy out.